Welcome back, Tarot Fam, to part 2 of 2 for Tuesday. And we are looking at Harry and Andrew and Andrew and Harry. This is the second video. If you haven't watched the first one, you can go on back and go watch it. We talk about how Harry looks at Andrew and how the interaction is there, what effect Diana's falling out with Fergie had on Harry's opinion of Andrew. But in this one, we are going to be looking at Andrew on Harry. So if it's your first time here, I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years, and I will be right back. All right, Tarot Fam. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, go ahead and hit it. I already have the card view up. We are ready to go. But before we jump in, I do want to talk a little bit about the old guard versus the new guard. So we are seeing this change in real time in the British royal family. I have long said that we will not see a reign like Queen Elizabeth. I said this prior to her passing. The late, great Queen Elizabeth and the milieu of the royal court is no longer available. We are going to see a new royal court. Unfortunately, I think that King Charles is a bit of a placeholder between that old, really sumptuous and gorgeous and gilded royal age. We're now going into a more modern royal age, which is going to feel a bit more sanitized and a bit more business-like. You can see some of my other videos on the trajectory of the royal family, and I do think we're going to see some different things coming as William moves into his reign. And I think that we will see a more business-like approach with the royal family and a family business that is handed down from heir to heir. So, but in this video, we are going to talk about the old guard Andrew and the new guard of Harry. So Harry did have an opportunity to embrace that new royal role that they wanted to carve out for themselves. I think they were just a little too quick to do that. They should have waited for William a little bit longer. Let's see what Andrew, spare one and spare two, how they work together. So Andrew, how did he view a young Prince Harry? What did he think of young Prince Harry? I think Andrew saw a lot of himself in that kid, but he did see a bit of a chaotic child that needed to be pinned down a little bit more. So not diagnosing Harry, but if there is some hyperactivity or ADHD, I have no problem with either of those. I am both of those and all of them all at once. You should see, sometimes I go absolutely bananas. But I think that Andrew saw more symptoms of an issue with control with Harry than maybe others did. So I think his opinion was spare the rod and spoil the child. And not doing that, I think he did see some chaos erupting around that young child. So did he indulge his nephew at all? His nephew, did he indulge him at all? A little bit. He would have some fun with him. What about, was he amusing to Andrew? Not all the time. Not all the time. I do think Andrew was a bit jealous that he did not get a boy. Charles got 2 boys and Andrew got 2 girls. But, you know, sometimes it takes a man to make a man, just saying. So I do think that Andrew was a bit jealous and thought, you know, wouldn't it be fine to have a son? Not that one, not that obnoxious, crazy one, but wouldn't it be fine to have a son? And how uneven of the gods in the universe that it was that they gave Andrew 2 girls and no boys, none of them. Did Andrew take Harry seriously as he started to get older? No. He again found Harry very problematic and not, oddly enough, not willing to see his own faults. It's laughable. It's laughable knowing this is coming from Andrew. So let's take a look at the Meghan era shift. So how did Andrew feel when Harry showed up with Meghan? Mind you, Fergie did come from noble circles, but Meghan came from no circles at all. She came from D-list Hollywood circles. So how did Andrew feel when Meghan showed up? Oh, the boy does not know what he's getting into. I think Andrew would have predicted this will never last. This is not a union that's going to last. He knew Harry was in over his head as far as the female that he chose, totally in over his head. But here, this 2 of candles, he's like, it's not going to last. They're going to be together for a little while, and we'll just wait this out. What did he think when they said they're getting married? Like, wedding's happening. Moon in reverse, 8 of teacups, and the high priestess. Well, he did think Harry is stuck in this now. He is stuck. There is no exiting out of this situation. High priestess, good luck, Chuck, was really what he was thinking. Did Andrew know that there is allegedly a pregnancy that necessitated Harry's wedding happening before his daughter's? Page of Candles. Yes, he did. How did he feel about his own daughter's wedding being bumped in favor of Harry's? How did he feel about that? Oh, he really didn't care. It didn't bother him. He was like, oh, well, the wedding's happening anyway. It's no big deal. No big deal. We'll just get it done when we get it done. It'll give us more time to plan. He just kind of brushed it off. Was not the most important thing to him in the world. The date, not the wedding, but the date was not that big of a deal to Andrew. So what did Andrew think when Harry decided to leave the royal family with Meghan? What did Andrew think? 6 of teacups. He's going to regret that. 9 of teacups. 8 of teacups. Andrew's initial thought was the boy doesn't understand how good he has it. He doesn't know what the rest of the world is like. We are blessed and cloistered here, and he really should take a better look at it. But if he needs to go on this adventure, Bilbo Baggins' adventure, and see Mirkwood Forest and all the bills that you have to pay when you're out here, so be it. So be it. So he just wasn't worried about it. Wasn't worried about it. It was like, let him go. Let him go. Let him go figure it out. Let him figure it out. So what did Andrew think when he saw Harry going out and doing speaking engagements for $1 million, $100,000, $30,000. Like it just keeps getting lower. What does Andrew think about that? 8 of biscuits, dude, you're not working it right. Page of biscuits, pick a lane, pick something you're good at and get to it. There's a level of desperation here that Andrew almost wants to rattle his cage and say, you have the opportunity, but you are putting yourself in the bargain basket before you really need to. So does Andrew think that this is being fostered by Meghan? Yes. Would Andrew say, get the hell away from your wife? Yes, you will get better when you get the hell away from your wife. Andrew's opinion, this is no way to work. Royals, we are called upon. We don't offer our services to others. We don't reach out to organizations and ask them, would you like me to speak, please? Would you like me to talk at your event? Would you like to have dinner with me for $100,000? Not like that. Andrew desperately wants Harry to flip the script. Andrew intrinsically knows that Harry was a more attractive royal than him, just by the fact that Harry is a ginger and a bit more of a standout than Andrew was. Maybe that's why he picked Fergie. Maybe that's why he did it. Is there any secret alignment between Harry and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor? I don't know if I said Prince Andrew in this video, and I apologize if I did. Is there any secret alignment between them? That's Harry, and that's Andrew. I think Harry would welcome an alignment with his Uncle Andrew. I think he needs someone to talk to. He needs someone to understand his misery, and he thinks that his Uncle Andrew will. Uncle Andrew knows that no matter what he does, no matter what he says or how he conducts himself, that is going to be fodder for a book, an interview, something. It's going to come out. It's going to be leaked out someplace. So Andrew is much more reluctant to have anything to do with Harry than Harry is with Andrew, which is incredibly telling that even after all of this Epstein stuff that Harry would even consider. Does Harry have any reservations about the Epstein stuff and re-engagement with his uncle? Any reservations? 5 of quills. Harry doesn't believe this stuff, and he's going to this blood is thicker than water kind of mentality. So he doesn't, he's like, oh, photos can be faked. This, emails can be faked, blah, 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 blah. But he's doing the blood is thicker than water kind of thing. If we stick together, we're going to be okay. Will Harry throw down to Uncle Andrew and say, what if we stick together and make an alliance? No, not yet. Because Harry is stuck with that Queen of Biscuits who can't get anything to rise in the oven. So, yeah, as long as Meghan is around, I don't think anything is going to happen. Does Harry recognize anything in Andrew that potentially is in him? Divorce, is that from a wife or that is from love? Picking the wrong people to love. He sees that, sees an alliance there. What else does he see? justice. Harry is a little bit worried about that justice coming for him as well. Two of Candles, point of no return. Andrew, in his royal arrest, as I am describing it, has been essentially exiled within castle grounds, within royal grounds, to a certain corner of royalty. He is not going to be at any of the long tables anymore. He's not going to be at any of the walks to church or anything. I think Harry sees that too, but he knows that he's not going to be on royal grounds at Marsh Farm with his bills paid. Is there a certain amount of fear in Harry at the moment? Night of biscuits, I better get my butt together and establish a new life with some other people, because otherwise I am going to be in trouble. So is Harry seeing warning signs through Andrew's royal arrest as I'm describing it? Yes. And he's trying to craft a future for himself. I don't think that he'll leave Meghan in the moment, because there is no escape yet. But I do think that we run the risk of creating an alliance with individuals who are Epstein-like. This wasn't a question that was on my notes, but is Harry at risk for aligning himself with a nefarious sort like Jeffrey Epstein, a la Fergie and Andrew? Is Harry at risk for doing that? Queen of Teacups, he's angry. Five of Quills, yep, there it is. Seven of Biscuits. He thinks that he's smarter than his Uncle Andrew. He thinks that his discernment is way better, and that he's not working with people that are like Jeffrey Epstein. He's working with people that have a lot of money, so he thinks that he's smarter. Is he at risk? Absolutely. I think he is 100% at risk for being taken over by a Jeffrey Epstein-like. So if they were alone in a room together right now, Andrew and Harry, if they were alone in a room right now, what would the energy be like? Eight of Quills. They would speak very freely. What would be the topic of discussion? Would it be the king? Nine of Candles. They would talk about how the king done them wrong. Would it be about the Prince of Wales? I think both of them would have some negative things to say about the Prince of Wales. What about Queen Elizabeth? Wheel of Fortune. Isn't it unfortunate that we could not have her forever? I think that's something we all say. Would they lay any blame at their own feet? Would there be any recognition of their own contribution to their own demise? Eight of Candles. No. Queen of Quills. No, they would be doctoring those actions, tailoring them to giving them a much better look for themselves. If no one else, for themselves, they would want to improve their story just for themselves so they could sleep at night. That is really what we are looking at. So we've got generational spare syndrome here on full display. Full display. Is there any remedy for this royal malady for Andrew? Andrew, you got to sit on your hands, because sun is coming out tomorrow. There's going to be more stories to tell tomorrow. And what else do we have for Harry? Page of Quills. Oh, Harry, you're still telling your story. And the Five of Candles. Harry, your story is still evolving. It's still coming out. Stop telling tales that don't exist. Stop making boogeymen. Stop seeing paparazzos in bushes. It's not happening. The calls are coming from inside the house. Poor Harry. While he thinks he's smarter than his uncle, he is not. He is definitely struggling with some self-realization, as is Andrew. I think Andrew still wants to go out on his horses and wave to the lowly plebeians that are standing by the roadside in their bare feet up to their knees in mud. And Harry believes his own bullish, basically, just believes his own bullish. So, one last question. Is Andrew afraid of William? Noun and adjective. Is Harry afraid of William? Noun and adjective. Andrew knows that William will bring his own brand of judgment down on Andrew. With great privilege comes great responsibility. And William will be a reminder of that. Harry will lean into, but what about our mother? What about our mother? We have the same mother. He is going to thwart the power and the control that William has by saying, we have the same mother and father. We are the same. He is going to fly in the face of the hierarchy. He is going to thwart the rules of royalty, and he is going to be combative to his brother. And we're talking about the energy that's in place right now. There could be a million things that happen between now and William becoming king, but right now, 6:14 p.m. on February 11th, 2026, he is prepared to thwart his brother's rule. So, William, be warned, be warned. And that's going to be it for this 2 for Tuesday, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this segment. Let me know in the comments what other videos you would like to see, what other two-sided issues you would like me to take apart. It could be Joey Buttafuoco and Amy Fisher, or whatever her name was, the wife Buttafuoco. It could be that. It could be OJ and Nicole Brown Simpson. It could be any number of things. So lay it on me. Let me know what you want to see. I love that everybody is keen on the 2 for Tuesdays. I liked them too. Now that I've got a couple recorded, I did miss them. So welcome back. So don't forget, on Fridays, I will have my live episodes. We're going to go from members straight into general population tarot happy hour. Kick off your weekend just right. If you would like your own magical reading with me, there are links in my about section and on my sparkly new website, fortunecookiestarot.com. You can go on over there and you can find links and ways to book a private reading with me. You can get recorded readings, private readings, text message readings. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on there. And I do have live hours where you can get instant readings as well. So hopefully I will see some of you on my schedule before we meet back here at 2 for Tuesday next week. So thank you so much and have an amazing week ahead.